Good afternoon, I am Nicole Bax, student number W0106278, and I will be your presenter for EDC 1200 Self-Education and Society, Assignment 2, and today we are going to examine how might education mediate difference and dominance. We will now cross to Punjab Place in Boronia Heights. Here in the South Brisbane suburb of Boronia Heights, where in August 2009 it was reported by local media that the residents in this street, known as Punjab Place, had lodged a petition to the local government to change the name from Punjab Place to something more suitable or prettier, as one resident had described. The street name as it stands has been described as Too Indian. Although the petition was pulled shortly after, the attention it had attracted was far from positive. Coming just a few short months after the attacks on Indian students had dominated headlines, this issue showcased an intolerance for difference, causing some to identify the move for the change as racist. These select residents of Punjab Place have used the street name as a signifier to their identity, and by bringing about the request for change, have othered the street and given this place a race and therefore a difference. The fact that the inhabitants or nationalists of this street have seen the name as an object that can be managed is termed by Hague as governmental belonging, being that they have the right to its management so that it remains their home. This event brings one to question how these residents view their community, local and national, and their place in it. Australia prides itself on being a multicultural nation, with the identification of this street in the area being labelled as Too Indian. These select residents have distanced themselves from this national identity. With the world now recognised as a global village and the free movement of people between nations being seen as a factor of globalisation, McLennan, Australia is seen as a desirable place for settlement, with 158,021 residents, new settlements in 2008 to 2009. More people are choosing to call Australia home. Are we as Australians increasingly discovering that they are not accepted, or are we welcoming them? Hi Leah, I was just wondering if you had a second. I just wanted to talk to you about some teaching ideas that I had. Okay. I just want to know if you had a chance to read that article that I left on your desk.
Yes, I found it very interesting.
Oh, good, because I've come up with some ideas that I thought I could use in my class. So, first of all, what do you think if I go on about stereotypes, if I start about stereotypes and get the kids' ideas, because we are talking for grades 5 to 7, so I thought I could talk about stereotypes, you know, like what's in a name, what is stereotyping, what do you think about when you hear certain things. Like I thought I could start off with some fruit, like what do you hear when you hear orange, and then move on to people's names and countries of origins, things like that.
No, that definitely links to the article.
Okay, then I thought we could look at what it is to be Australian. We could look at what it used to be Australian. We could look into the past, and then we could move on to what it is to be Australian today.
Yes,
That
sounds
right?
great.
And then I thought, because we're a multicultural nation, we could then move on to multiculturalism and what that entails, and look at maybe some other cultures from other countries of people that now reside in Australia.
Well, that would tie in nicely with our multicultural day as well, coming up towards the end of the year. So.
That's true, because I thought then we could look at other customs from around the world. And yeah, we could look at the statistics of what nations have actually
that sounds fantastic.
moved to migrated to Australia. Yeah, and I thought maybe I could move on to rights. How does that sound? Is that, yeah, could move on to rights of people, and you know, whether we have the same rights, whether we all do have the same rights, or if we should have the same rights, and then maybe look at the refugees that aren't actually Australians yet as such.
Yeah, we've got a sister school that actually has quite a high number of refugees at their school, so...
Oh, excellent. So we could research that and tie into that, maybe talk to them, communicate with them, And then I thought we could go, well, that ties into then race, doesn't it? We could once again progress to the race, and whether that matters, what is race, we could define that within our class, and whether it matters or why not.
Definitely.
Yep. And then I thought we could go on to home. What people's idea are of home, what makes a home, what feelings you have of home when you talk about home.
Sure.
Yeah, what's your relationship? How many homes can you have? Yeah, that kind of a thing. Yeah,
definitely.
And then of course with home, I always think there's a sense of belonging, so I thought then we could finish it off with some belonging.
That sounds great. I've got some great activities too, so I'll pass them. I'll put them into your pigeonhole for belonging.
That would be great. That would be excellent. Thanks very much. So that's all right.
Yeah, that sounds top idea. Yeah, really enjoyed the article. Thought it would be perfect for those things.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time, Leah. I'll leave you to it.
Okay, thank you.
you.